Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a real quick holiday buyer's guide. So some products that I figure, if you're a procrastinator like myself and you're looking for the perfect gifts for that special fisherman, I figured I'd just make a list, and I actually wrote a blog based on these choices as well, and it's on 44tackle.com. And all these products are on 44tackle.com, so I'm going to be putting my affiliate link in the description below. And if you use that link to buy these items, you get 10% off of your order, and it helps support my channel, Sonar Fishing. So let's brave the cold here. You can probably see my breath. It is like 25 degrees out here, but the baby, is inside asleep, so don't want to interrupt her. Let's get started. So we're going to break this up into two different categories. Products that you want to have under the tree, so gifts you want to have under the tree, the big stuff, and then you're going to have your stocking stuffers. And so the very first thing for under the tree, and really it's probably going to be behind the tree or wherever you can fit it, is the FX8 Combo from Fitzgerald Fishing. This is a rod and reel combo. They introduced it, I think, 2 iCasts ago. Yeah, it was last iCast, so 2022. They introduced this combo. It's a awesome all-around bass fishing rig. You have the FX8 reel, which has 16 pounds of drag. It's got 8 bearings, so 7+1 roller bearing. It's got a magnetic casting system, very smooth reel, and it's in the 7.2 to 1 gear ratio, which is, to me, the perfect happy medium for pretty much any technique that you could fish in bass fishing. And then that is paired with the 7.3 medium heavy all graphite FX8 rod for this combo, which you can only get in this combo. And just like the reel, being a 7-foot 3-inch medium heavy rod, this is the perfect all-around bass fishing rod. I've done videos on this topic before. No matter what brand you go with, a rod that's in the 7 to 7.4 range is medium heavy is probably the most versatile bass fishing rod that you can possibly buy, and you can fish it in a lot of different situations and with a lot of different techniques. So you can bottom bounce with it, you can throw a crankbait with it, you can throw a swim bait with it, you can do just about anything with it. Chatterbait, swim jigs, all that stuff works really, really well with a 7.3 medium heavy. So altogether, the FX8 combo is a really, really good value, and it's a awesome combination that allows you to do a lot of different things in bass fishing. So buy it for yourself or buy it for somebody that loves bass fishing, but it is definitely going to be used a lot. So FX8 combo, that's one of them for sure. The next one is a company I don't work with, but it's a product if you have a tournament angler that you're shopping for, the TH Marine GeForce Conservation Cull System. So the cull tags, you got 6 cull tags on there, you got a cull beam, and nowadays there's just really no reason to use the old clip style cull tags. They puncture the fish's jaw, and to me that's just pretty neglectful because there's so many different options out there. But this one right here, the TH Marine GeForce Conservation Cull System, is the one that I use on a regular basis, and I absolutely love it. I haven't had hardly any fish, get unclipped from the system, and if they do, it's because I didn't put it on there correctly. Really easy to use overall. It comes with a little organizer that I affix to the lid of my live well, and it also has a cull beam, and it's a really easy cull beam to use. So overall, it's a really good system, and it really does reduce the stress and the damage that you can put on those fish with a traditional clip style system. So that's another one that's really, really big. The next product is another company I don't work with, but you know, and I'm trying to mix in, you know, products that I'm not really associated with, but I really like. And this one right here, the Plano Elite Spinnerbait Box, is definitely one of those products, because I have struggled over the years to find a good way to organize and store my spinnerbaits and buzzbaits too. And I've tried those like hanging ones where you got the big cube style spinnerbait boxes that where you hang them. Those don't work. You get in any type of rough water and you end up having this big ball of you know, spinnerbaits, and they end up like you know, just falling off the racks. The racks end up warping, you know, over a few months. They're just not that great. And I've tried a bunch of different stuff too. But the Plano Elite Tackle Box is by far my favorite. It really holds those spinnerbaits well. It organizes them perfect. Doesn't matter if you're going through gale force winds, which I don't recommend, in big seas. When you get back to the dock, back to the ramp, those spinnerbaits are going to be in the same exact spot that you put them in, because the Elite Spinnerbait Box like locking system just really ensures that they stay in one spot. So it's a really good one, and it's also kind of the same size and shape as a Plano 36 or 3700 size tackle box, so it fits in the same spots as all my other tackle boxes. I don't have to find some weird location for it. So that's another really good one. I would get a couple of those, because those are pretty awesome. The only customization tip that I would give you guys with these boxes is where those organizers slide into the sides. I like to put a little bit of like epoxy or glue or like you know, anything that can affix and just secure those little organizers to the box itself. So if they, because I've had them, especially in cold weather, I've had those little teeth that, or those little things that slide into the slots on the side, break, and then they can kind of move around a little bit. But if you put some you know, some glue there and really just, you know, make it a solid connection, you don't have that issue. So just a tip there. All right, so let's move into the stocking stuffers. All right, so the very first one, you should just stuff that stocking full of these, because these are awesome. The ZAM Chatterbait Elite Evo. I've done a lot of videos on it recently. I've only got a little bit of time on the water with it, but that little bit of time, I've caught quite a few fish, and I've been really, really impressed with this chatterbait. ZAM really created a top-of-the-line chatterbait that honestly, it may become one of my favorite chatterbaits of all time. Like, it's definitely up there, you know, with the jackhammer. So it's that good. It's got really high quality components. You got a beautiful color pattern. Every single, you know, design that they made is just, you know, it's a work of art, really. And so they got a lot of really cool, unique and exclusive color combinations for that line. And overall, it's got a great action, and it's just a great fish catching little chatterbait. So you got to check out the Chatterbait Elite Evo. I would say there's some really good like red and like crawfish colored ones that are going to be really good in the next month or so. So the Evo is the first one. Then we have to, if we're talking about you know, good stocking stuffers, you got to talk about the ZAM Chatter Spike that goes with the Chatterbait Elite Evo. That's the new trailer that they designed. It's very sleek. It's a segmented tail design. It's really, really good. You put it on that chatterbait, and by itself it doesn't create any action, but when it's paired with that chatter blade that's going crazy, it creates a ton of action. And it's really good for colder water, clear water, and when you're trying to get your bait deeper, because it doesn't have a lot of drag with it. So the Chatter Spike is a big one. The next stocking stuffer, I think I put it on my list last year, but it's just it's an item that I use all the time. Like it is I go through so many of these in a year, and that is the Hayabusa WRM959, the EWG heavy duty hook that they've got. I use the one with the NRB coating, and it is just so legit for any flipping, pitching application. Anytime you want a heavy duty EWG for like a creature bait, the 959 is really, really good for that. So there's not much more to say about that. It's just a really good hook that I use for pretty much all my flipping and pitching applications, and punching as well. And then I didn't add this one to the list on the actual blog that I wrote, but we're gonna throw in some fishing line, because I've got to mention the Seaguar Tactics braid. Over the last few years, I've really started to use that Tactics braid a lot. It is an amazing braided line. It's got more of a kind of that braided texture to it. So like if you're used to really smooth lines, smooth braids like the Seaguar Smackdown, it's going to be a little bit different for you. But the difference is I use the Tactics exclusively for my casting technique. So if I'm making long casts over grass flats or something like that, I'm going to be using Tactics. Okay, so like frogs, turbo fatties, worms, swim baits, anything, toads, anything I'm casting long distances over grass, that's where I'm going to use the Tactics. If I'm punching grass and I want it to be very, very quiet, that's when I go to the Seaguar Smackdown. But if you're looking for a really good braid that can cast a long distance, it's super strong, and it's got a really good camo pattern to it, the Tactics is really good. So I just wanted to throw that one in there. And then finally, to wrap this all up, what could be better than, if you can't decide on one thing, what can be better than getting a 44 Tackle gift card? I know that they're selling them on the website. At least I'm pretty sure that they are. I hate to be wrong, but you should be able to get a 44 Tackle gift card, and then your whoever gets that card has carte blanche over whatever they want. And so that's always a good option. But anyways, guys, again, for most of these products, I have affiliate links in the description below where you can order them and get 10% off of your overall order. And so that is a really good deal, not only for you, but for me, because it helps support the channel and all that. So anyways, guys, I got to get back inside with the family, because that's what this season is all about. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season so far, and I hope you like me are able to wrap up your shopping for Christmas pretty soon here and stop procrastinating. Stop it. Just get out there and do it right now so you don't have to do it last minute. It seems like I'm always doing that every single year. But anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Stay warm, everybody. And I'm going to see you out on the water. Trust the process.